Hey all, Dr. Jared here. Looking forward to coming to you with another video about Nutrition 101. Today we're going to talk about what carbs to eat. One of the things that a lot of people look at is just the total carb count, but there are many more things to look at with carbs, with nutritional content, where you're getting them from, how your body's going to process them. So if I could be simple to start, the carbohydrates that you want to eat or get are ideally from whole foods. So from fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, possibly even some dairy. Now I'll cover the pros and cons of dairy in a different video, but fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds are ways to get more complex carbs. In fact, sticking with even away from some higher glycemic fruits would probably be a good idea. But the questions I get most frequently with carbs are about processed carbs. So what I'm going to go through this morning is which ones to eat, or the quality of what's the best, what's the worst. The reality is everybody's a little bit different on their eating spectrum. And so, even making a one-step better shift could make a significant difference in your health. So if you think about this, breads, rices, and pastas, as far as bread goes, the worst of any of these three are the ones that are purely white. The Wonder Breads, the white breads they've been bleached. They have really minimal to no nutritional content. Anything that is there has been added back in. So upgrading from that is a good choice. A lot of people switch to, for instance, whole grain bread, which is a little bit better, but still not great. There's a study that shows that eating a 2 pieces of whole grain or whole wheat bread still raises your blood sugar more than, say, eating a candy bar. So it still breaks down to sugar very quickly. One study I read showed that when you put refined carbohydrates in your mouth, the enzymes in the saliva will break it down to sugar in about 4 seconds. And odds are you already know sugar is terrible for you. And it's addictive and all those things. There is for your blood sugar, you can eat more like sourdough bread. That does not raise your blood sugar nearly as highly. But if you're going to eat bread, the ideal bread to eat is sprouted bread. So sprouted is the seed is sprouted under moisture, and then it's converted to bread. Sometimes it's called flourless bread. But a couple of good companies out there are Ezekiel 4.9 and Angelic Organics. To talk about rice is very similar. So white rice to brown rice. To wild rice. So wild rice has more of a nutty flavor to it, but it's certainly got a lot more nutrition. And then you can actually, from a rice substitute, look at something like quinoa. Quinoa is actually a seed, so it's higher in protein. It's got better nutritional content. It absorbs flavor very similar to white or brown rice, so you can cook it in vegetable broth. You could put vegetables in it. You can add different seasonings to it, and when you boil it in water, it expands, and it has a very similar situation to rice, but much, much better for you. And then lastly, to talk about pastas, white pasta to whole grain pasta, they do have things like quinoa pasta and stuff like that. But for pastas, you can actually use like legume pasta. They have mung bean, or my personal favorite is black bean pasta. So it's black beans that have been dehydrated and compressed into a pasta. And one of the cool things about this, when you eat these better quality or more nutritional, you don't get near that, like, not full, but more of like the weighed down feeling, because those really simple carbs are really hard on your hormones. They cause a huge insulin response. They digest very quickly, so they can leave you hungry. In fact, they're in many cases so many empty calories that your body still stays hungry because it's craving nutrition, not calories. So upgrading these higher quality foods, or these better nutritional foods, can help you with everything from energy to weight loss to just better overall health. So hope these are entertaining for those of you that have not watched yet. We do have the 2-part mini masterclass on spring clean. I know a lot of you have turned in your coupons for the $10 supplement credit, but if you haven't finished part 2 or something like that, dig in before April 23rd. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.